crazy how get over that.
Good morning, everyone. I call this meeting of October 21st, 2025 to order. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda, which includes 14 items. It was published and copies are available. If you would like to discuss an item, it will be moved to the regular agenda and comments will be made at that time.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move to approve the consent agenda and authorize the chairman to sign documents as required.
Second.
The motion of second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next on the agenda is consider the agenda.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move to approve the agenda as published.
Second. Motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next on the agenda is announcements. Are there any announcements?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Commissioner Arzi and I had the privilege to go to the Fremont Town Council last night, and they had a flyer for Clear Creek FFA Alumni Meat Sales, which I have up here if anybody's interested. And they also had their fall shop hop, which will be November 7th and 8th. So just thought I'd share that.
Very good. Thank you for that. Anybody else? Moving on. Number 5 on the agenda is public comments on matters not on the agenda. Is there anybody in the crowd who wants to make a comment on anything not on the agenda? Anybody? Seeing no one jump up. Number 6 on the agenda, consider airport manager's recommendation on the proposals received for the lease of hangar at 2618 Aviation Drive, and I'll call Robert Beal, airport manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Robert Gill, Sheridan County Airport Manager. On August 15th, 2025, Sheridan County Airport issued a request for proposals for the lease of hangar located at 2618 Aviation Drive. In response, 3 proposals were received. One from Gardner Low Aviation Services, proposing to operate the hangar as an avionics and maintenance facility as a FAA certified repair station. Bighorn Flying Company proposed to provide airplane and helicopter services specializing in agricultural, environmental, and wildlife operations. And Bighorn Airways proposing to conduct commercial aeronautical operations, including aircraft maintenance, aerial services, and flight support. All 3 submissions represent a high-level qualified aeronautically focused business that will contribute positively to Sheridan County Airport operations. The evaluation of the RFPs considered 6 major criteria, including use of premises, economic impact, proven record of success, financial capacity, references, and proposed lease terms. After a thorough review, I recommended awarding the lease of hangar to Gardner Low Aviation Services. Their proposed operations strongly present clear benefits to the regional aviation community. The current demand for general aviation maintenance remains high, often leading to significant inspection and repair delays. Establishing an additional certified maintenance facility would help alleviate these constraints, improve service efficiency, and encourage continued growth in general aviation activity. Gardner Low Aviation Services has a proven record of reliability underscored by the success of their FAA certified repair station near Atlanta, Georgia. Their proposal demonstrates strong industry knowledge and a significant amount of stakeholder support, even locally, while operating in a relatively small shared location for a short amount of time at the Sheridan County Airport. Therefore, I respectfully recommend that the Sheridan County Board of County Commissioners approve and authorize awarding the hangar lease to Gardner Low Aviation Services. And I would stand for any questions.
Questions for Robert, anyone? Questions?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move to award the bid to Gardner Low Aviation Services for lease of hangar at 2618 Aviation Drive.
I second that.
Motion and second. Discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'd just like to note that all 3 applications were very well done and very beneficial to our community, and hopefully in the future, we have more things available for the other two groups that applied, because they're certainly all very, very fine businesses in our community, and certainly hope that all of them are successful, and hope that we can find room for something for the other two in the future. But welcoming Gardner Lowe to the facility.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Yep.
I would echo Mr. Siddle's comments about all three being just wonderful proposals. I went back and forth on this because all three were so good. But I do believe that Gardner Lowe will bring the most comprehensive availability maintenance. I did want to give kind of a shout out to Mr. Isley. I see him sitting in the crowd today. I just really appreciate his willingness to get up there and say, you know what, I know that we have not done as good a job as we wanted to, but we're working on that in the future. And I really appreciate you being willing to do that. And I hope the community sees the effort that you're putting into that. So anyway, I will be voting for Gardner Lowe.
Any other comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
I got a lot of feedback from people that I know around the airport and owners of planes and things like that. And it's become really apparent to me over the past couple of months that we really were needing this level of aviation mechanic service. And so this really was the one thing that I'm going to be in favor of Gardner Lowe, because this, an airplane is not like a car. You can't just pull it over the side of the road if it's not right up and ready to, you know. That really bothered me. So anyway, that's my 2 cents worth on this.
Very good. Yeah, I guess you guys stole my thunder and my lightning, but I agree with all the points. The proposals were very professional, and I appreciate all the work that went into preparing those and getting those into us. But anyway, back to the business. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Item 7 on the agenda, consider update to Sheridan County Personnel Policy to add information regarding employee eligibility in the Wyoming Retirement System pension plan. And I will call on Cameron Duff and/or Kenny Custis.
Good morning, Chair, County Commissioners. So we have had a request from Wyoming Retirement Service to update our service agreement, which I understand is part 8. But before that, we would like to put a policy in place. We have had a precedence of offering our retirement services pension plan to any eligible employee who works at least 20 hours a week. But we did not have that in our policy. So as an attachment, you can see the pension eligibility group we would like to add to our personnel policy, stating that employees who work or are scheduled at least 20 hours a week must participate in the pension plan. Any questions?
Questions for Kenny, anybody? Cameron, do you have anything to add?
No, as Kenny mentioned, this is a procedural thing. We were doing it one way. Wyoming Retirement System had a document that said we were doing it a different way. They're asking us to keep it up at 20 hours.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move to approve the update to the Sheridan County Personnel Policy to add information regarding employee eligibility in the Wyoming Retirement System pension plan.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion, anyone? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Motion passes. Item 8 on the agenda is to consider updated pension agreement between the Wyoming Retirement System Defined Benefit Plan and Sheridan County. Once again, Cameron Duff and/or Kenny Custis.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
This is the formalized document. The last one was signed in 2007. And Wyoming Retirement's just asking for an updated version. The confusion was whether we were providing pension service to any employee or what our practice was, which was 20 hours or higher. So they just want to clean up their document on their end. So
Straightforward. Questions, anybody?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move to approve and authorize the chairman to sign the updated pension agreement for Wyoming retirement system.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Motion passes. Item 9 on the agenda, consider resolution 25-10-027, rescission of partial fire restrictions. I would call on Chris Thomas, our Sheridan County Fire Warden.
Good morning, Chris Thomas, Sheridan County Fire Warden. Given that I've polled the fire chiefs, we've looked at the weather. Not to say that we couldn't have a fire, but I don't think it's going to get very far. And I know a lot of us have heard requests for people they want to start doing a little bit of burning, carefully burning. And so I request that we rescind our partial fire restrictions for this year.
Very good. Questions for Chris? Anybody? I have on my handy dandy sign up sheet. Jeff, did you want to speak to this at 3:30?
Chairman, Commissioners, Jeff Barron, Chief Tongue River Fire Department, just echoing what the Fire Warden stated. I do have several folks that want to get some work done before it gets too cold. And just applaud your efforts putting the ban in place during the summer. We had a pretty scary season not too long ago. And so I think it's important that we are mindful of that and appreciate your efforts. But I think now's the time to let folks get their work done.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Our motion.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
I move to approve and authorize the chairman to sign resolution 25-10-027, rescission of partial fire restrictions.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? I would just say, yeah, it's time. And I would also remind the public to be, don't forget to use your head besides, something for, don't just use it for a hat rack. Use your brain to keep things under control. So,
And to follow up on that, we do have a media release prepared that talks about calling it in, watch the weather, be careful and call early before you get in trouble.
very good. Anyway, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Motion passes. Thank you, Chris. Item 10 on the agenda, consider agreement between the County of Sheridan, Wyoming and WWC Engineering for professional services for the Tongue River Channel Stabilization Project within the Clean Burn recreational area. And I would call on Ken Muller.
Yeah, good morning, Chairman Wright, members of the board, Ken Mulder. This is an agreement with WWC Engineering. As you know, we solicited proposals from engineering firms for the service. We received 5, all good proposals. Kind of a tough decision, but the selection team went through them and thought WWC Engineering offered the best qualifications for this type of service that we're looking for, and selected them. And then I reached out and negotiated a fee for the professional services. That's what the agreement is in front of you. So we'll get the design done. We'll have cost estimates for the project, and then we'll start probably looking at some grant funding for construction of the project after we have a design and cost estimates.
Very good, thanks. Questions for Ken, anybody? Once again, on my sign-up sheet, Jeff Barron, did you want to speak to this as well? Okay.
Chairman, Commissioners, Jeff Barron, WWC Engineering. Just wanted to say thank you for consideration. We've done several projects in the Tongue River watershed and some restoration work, most recently near Dayton. Look forward to working with you again on a project that really benefits the community and stabilizes the river for further recreational use. And I'll stand for any questions if you have any.
Questions for Jeff, anybody? Thank you, Jeff.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I move to approve and authorize the chairman to sign the agreement between County of Sheridan, Wyoming and WWC Engineering for professional services for the Tongue River Channel Stabilization Project, Greenberg Reach.
Second.
the motion and the second, discussion?
No, Mr. Chairman, we were recently on a tour with the Conservation District, and certainly that's an area that there's obviously a big issue there, and a road and a bridge that are in pretty serious consideration of being washed out. So something that we really need to work on and get it taken care of, and look forward to working with them and see what we come up with.
Very good. Anybody else? Motion and second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passes. Item 11 on the agenda is consider item V-25-001 Creekside Operation Setback Variance. And I'll call on Mark Reed, our county planner.
Thank you, Chairman Wright, members of the board, Mark Reed, County Planner. Creekside Operating LLC, Zach Ringford, the member, has applied for a front yard setback variance for lot 22, block G, Hartmore Ranch, PUD Phase 1, originally platted in 1995. That would permit construction of a single-family dwelling to be located 20 feet from the northeast right-of-way line of Trail Ridge Road. The 17,000 roughly square foot parcel is zoned PUD, planned unit development. Standard setback required is 25 feet. The applicant proposes to build a single-family dwelling on the parcel. The Powderhorn Ranch Design Review Committee has approved reducing the front setback required by its residential development standards to 20 feet. That occurred in April. Property owners within 500 feet of the site were mailed notice of the application and public hearing on September 9th. Development context. The general vicinity is characterized as a planned developed area with medium density residential uses. Dominant surrounding land uses include single-family residences, preserved natural areas, and golf courses. Domestic water in the area is provided by saws, and sewage collection and treatment is handled by the Powderhorn Ranch system. Trail Ridge Road is a 60-foot wide public way and serves as principal access. The east side ditch immediately abuts the northeast side of the parcel, and fire protection is through the Bighorn Fire District. The topography, which is really one of the key factors in this consideration. The subject lot is considerably wider than it is deep, so it's stretched out along the road quite a ways, yet it is quite shallow from front to back. The area adjacent to the road is quite steep, as is that portion along the ditch embankment to the rear. Because of the combination of the factors of narrowness of the lot, required setbacks and confining slopes, the buildable area appears substantially narrower than typically found in other parcels in the area. And I believe in your staff report, there should be a map that identifies the buildable area. Special conditions and hardships. Section 30 of the zoning rules provide that variances may be granted when special conditions and literal enforcement of the regulations results in unnecessary hardship. Special conditions are typically interpreted to mean unique or abnormal physical qualities associated with the property that in some manner limits its typical use. The applicant asserts because the lot is very shallow, it would be difficult to design a functional floor plan to fit the site. Staff would concur. Staff's opinion on this, that we believe that special conditions associated with the parcel do exist. They're not the result of any action taken by the applicant that are uniquely associated with this property, resulting in an unnecessary hardship. A variance permitting a front setback of 20 feet would not be contrary to the public's health, safety, or welfare. Your Planning and Zoning Commission considered this item on October 2nd and voted 3-0 to recommend approval of item B25001, Creekside operating setback variance that would permit construction of a single-family dwelling to be located 20 feet from the northeast right-of-way line of Trail Ridge Road. That's all I have. Mr. Chairman, if you have any questions on staff's report, I'd be happy to answer them. I believe the applicant is present as well.
Very good. Thanks, Mark. Does anyone have questions for Mark? Questions?
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
Mark, was there any talk about mitigation of the east side ditch, possibility of, unstable soil to the low side of it? I know that this is kind of tied in there. I'm wondering if there's any language where they're thinking about maybe lining that ditch or something like that in that area so that it doesn't cause problems at a future date.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Arzi, no, that discussion had not been made at any point. Not aware of any information on that. Applicant may have some follow-up on that for you.
Yeah, my name's Zach Krinker. I'm the applicant on that. There, to my knowledge, there's no discussion on lining or burying that ditch at this point from the Powderhorn's perspective.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. This item, this item requires a public hearing, which I will open at 9:21. Is there anyone that wants to talk about this item that is in the audience? Anyone? Seeing no one jump up. We'll close the public hearing at 9:22. I guess I'm ready for a motion.
Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
I move to approve item B-25-001, Creekside operation setback variance as recommended by the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Second that.
Motion and a second. Discussion?
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
I support this variance because there's already been a precedence for setback in Powderhorn. Also, Powderhorn Ranch Design Review Committee has already approved it, so I will be in support of this.
Anybody else? I'm going to say that I think they're trying to build the wrong building on the wrong lot. It's not like you bought the lot and all of a sudden it changed shape or changed size. So I got kind of a problem with, I don't see the hardship. The lot was the size it was back in 95? So it's not changed now for a long time, so. Yeah, anybody else?
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to be in favor of it because, I'm very much for property rights, and I understand that this lot was this size, but we are talking 5 feet, so I'll be in favor of it.
Anybody else? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Motion passes. Item 12, consider letter of support for Sage Community Arts Wyoming 250 grant application, and I will call on Cameron Duff.
Mr. Chairman, yesterday at the staff meeting, I brought up the request from Sage Community Arts. They're applying for a grant through the Centennial Committee. And this is a state grant. I reached out to Jill Benson. She was unable to attend today. However, turns out there's an error in how she was to apply for the grant. The letter of support is supposed to come from another community group. What they needed from the county was the resolution which was passed on April 1st. It's resolution 2504007 that created the committee. That's all they needed from the county. So I left it on here to go on the record that the commissioners don't actually have to provide any future letters of support for grant applications. Our work was done by creating the resolution in the first place. So no action will be taken on this topic.
Very good. Anything else? For the good of the county? Say we're adjourned at 9:25.